Very exciting moment for us to see a new dawn. Not to talk of when you are living a very hard year too. Well, the one that you are hoping that is going to be better than the other. Happy New Year, my people. How are you? I'm glad to be here, and it's my honor to be the first person to usher you into Good Morning Anambra first edition for this year 2024. My name is Ijoma Uche, and I love you all. My prayer is that whatever we missed last year, we're going to get it this year in Jesus' name. If you say amen, you bring your tithe and offering. That is my entitlement as your pastor. Welcome. Okay, and Good Morning Anambra, we, the team, Good Morning Anambra team, is saying Happy New Year to you all. Very soon, we're all going to be here to do our own Happy New Year. Thank you very much. We have lined up some beautiful programs for your viewing pleasure this morning, but the first in our row is press review. So if you stand by, we'll take a break and come back, and then we'll tell you exactly what's going on in the pages of our newspaper today. Okay, welcome again. Joining me this morning, the first day of the first month of 2024 to see what the papers are saying is Samuel Ololo. Samuel Ololo is a public affairs analyst. Good morning, Sam.
Good morning, IJ. Happy New Year in Anambra. We wish each and every one of us a wonderful 2024.
Okay. Maybe the mic a little bit. Ebuka. I don't know if I knew. Okay, good to have you back. Good to have you back. Well, we apologize for that break, very short break. It was for us to enable us to reposition ourselves very well. Thank you for your understanding. Okay, before now, I was introducing my guest for this morning, the first day of 2024. I said that seated beside me is Samuel Ololo, our public affairs analyst. Good morning, Samuel.
Good morning. Happy New Year, IJ, and Happy New Year in Anambra. Daluno. And then we are wishing each and every one of us a prosperous 2024. Now, Jesus Christ.
Amen. Okay, and then I have Comrade Uzo Eke Mezie. He's also a public affairs analyst. Good morning, Comrade, and Happy New Year to you.
It's a very good morning, IJ and Anambra. Very good morning, Happy New Year. We pray that the hardship that we encounter in 2023, whether fuel subsidy, electricity tariff, other things, is passed away. Behold, the new thing has been done. So it's a very happy, prosperous 2024. Thank you.
And we say amen to your prayers, provided you won't ask for our tithe and offering, like I did. Okay, welcome here. Okay, now let's start from our website to give you the stories that are making the rounds there. From there, we'll get to the papers. The first story from our website says, John Paul Ezenwaka, elected new PG of Aguleze Chukwu community. And then Soludo targets to build health center in every ward. This is a good one. Anambra State government to close health facilities that operate below standards. These are many more the stories you'll find from our website this morning, www.absradiotv.com. Yes, Aguleze Chukwu had new PG, but let's first of all look at the one that is directly that we are directly concerned. That's Soludo targeting to build health center in every ward. We're going to merge it with the other story that says Anambra State government to close health facilities that operate below standards. Yes, Uzo Ekemeze, how do you see this?
Well, first of all, you know that the Anambra State are one of the first states that introduced 4 tiers of government. That is when you have the federal, the state, local government, and the community. So this particular system of government has helped, okay, to build synergies between the state and the community. That is the local people are feeling the impact of the government. I'm talking about the PG of Aguleze Chukwu. So it's a very good, something that the election was done free and fair. Most of the community are into turmoil because of this election, because of the most of them see that even if there's monetary aspect of it, as a PG, you've been paid. So it's clearly contested.
How much are they being paid? Because
maybe sometimes was the last time I know it was 100,000 or thereabout. But now, okay, I don't know what they're paying now anyway. But those things make it to be very, very a keen contested election, and sometimes it threw most of the community into turmoil. But I want them to understand that this is what government want to bring the government to the doorstep of the community, of the native. Okay, so I thank the Aguleze Chukwu for making that free, fair, credible. Okay, and somebody was emerged. Then coming to the governor of Anambra State, Chelunwa Mbafo, okay, trying to build facilities of health centers in all the wards. This is a very right in the right direction, because health is wealth. You see that every community will have access, okay, to health facility. Not that when somebody is indisposed, is he being a pregnant woman or whatever, before you can take her to any nearby hospital or thereabout, the person may be getting deteriorated. You see, so taking these health centers to every ward is a very commendable one. And also those who operate below standard, that's what we call student debt. Okay, somebody can go to hospital without knowing that those who are working in that place are quacks. You see, and they can administer some of the medication which is not even meant for the person in that particular aspect of ailment, and they can even generate another problem. For you to go and be cured, then you will do what? You will be incurred disease. You see, this is the issue that we're talking about. So I thank the governor for taking such measure to close those that are below standard and also build more and equip them and put it to be standard.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Sam. You may have 1 or 2 things to add.
So for me, it's a good one, and for us, we are happy that we are starting 2024 talking about advancement in health for the Anambra. Over the years, through our Fix My PHC campaign, we have engaged government actors, we have engaged the communities, crying and shouting that the state of the primary health cares in different communities have been at a sorry state. And we are happy that the government have started to talk about it. But I'm concerned about maybe the government is saying that they want to build a primary healthcare center at every ward. And the last time I checked, I am very well aware that virtually every ward have their primary healthcare center, a primary healthcare center actually. How do I know? I know that currently there is a program that is run by the federal government, Basic Healthcare Provision Fund program, that allows a particular percentage to come from the federal government to support the primary healthcare centers. And then they are executing or implementing that program at every ward. So for that to be happening, and I know currently there are close to 338 beneficiaries that are ward beneficiaries to that program. So maybe why we are talking about the government building more interest in primary health care service delivery for the Anambra. So we should be looking at, which is taking me to the second one, to increase the standard of these healthcare facilities. Now, the government have talked about closing every or any healthcare facility that is not operating up to standard. We are keenly interested to, of course, discuss with the government to monitor these health facilities, because government does not work in silo. Government should work with civil society organizations. Government should also work with community members. So why these community members, through the PG and then the community active groups that we have, are actively working in their communities to ensure that service delivery is up to standard, we think there should be that strong synergy between the communities, the civil society organization that understand how to present these issues to the government and the government. So for us, we are happy that the talk about taking attention to health is beginning to come to the front burner. And let us not forget that a healthy nation is a wealthy nation. And there is this nexus between health and the productivity of a nation. So why the government do what they need to do, we are commending them for all they have done, for even bringing up this conversation. But we hope that there will be that strong communication and relationship, as well as monitoring and evaluation of these programs of the government. But for me, it's a good one that we are at this level where we are now looking at the level of service delivery at the primary healthcare centers. And I will say that the government keep it up, and then community members work up to speed to meet out to what the government should be doing. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Samuel Lulu, and that's all we're going to take from the website this morning. Let's start looking at the front pages of the newspapers we'll have available here. We'll have the Punch, we'll have the Daily Independent, Daily Post, Tribune, and the Vanguard, and then Sun newspaper. Okay, from the front page of the Punch newspaper, New Year, tackle economic hardship, Nigeria style federal government. New Year, tackle economic hardship, Nigeria style federal government, with some riders there. Atiku, manufacturers, experts lament economic crisis, want federal government to tame inflation. Okay, I am aware of Nigerians' pains, difficult decisions taken to avert economic disaster. This is coming from Tinubu. If you're aware, what are you doing to? Okay, celebrations as world welcomes 2024. UN 6 end to wars in 2024. All these and many more are the stories you'll find from the front page of the Punch newspaper. On top of the name template, I have this interesting story. Port Harcourt Refinery begins test run. 12 states to get supply soon. Port Harcourt Refinery begins test run. 12 states to get supply soon. That's a good news, but I thought they said that the refinery will start functioning before the end of last year. Yesterday has become last year. Wow. Okay, Daily Independent is our newspaper this morning, and the banner headline there says, experts see no respite for embattled Naira in 2024. Experts see no respite for embattled Naira in 2024. Say only FDI's, diaspora remittances, can stabilize the currency. Okay. And down here I will work to give Nigerians equal opportunities in 2024. This is coming from Tinubu. He vows to implement a new national living wage, reliable electricity supply to homes and businesses, fight obstacles that impede business competitiveness. Is what we'll have here. Too much grammar. Okay, I hope these grammars will put to work very soon for us to actually have a respite. We won't allow terrorists to bring Nigeria down. This is coming from the federal government. It says Nigerians will see improvements in security soon. Oh, thank God. That's the good news. Racist forces, tendencies, defend democracy. PDP charges Nigerians, okay? Racist forces, tendencies, defend democracy. PDP charges Nigerians. APC capes PDP over comments on federal government workers' December salary. Serap tax ICC prosecutor on preventive statements over Plateau killings. NUPRC rolls out action plan for 2024. Oh, these are the stories coming from the Daily Independent, the Daily Trust. Before we start talking, Daily Trust. Okay, Tinubu to Nigerians. I am aware of your frustrations. I don't think I like this headline. It gives me headache. Okay, and then the, what do you call it? The writer there says, everyone will feel government's impact. Show us clear direction of your policies, Atiku tells president. Nigeria lacks good leadership. This is coming from Obi. Akpabio, governors urge Nigerians to keep hope alive. Okay, why they scatter our Commonwealth. APC appeals for patience. PDP asks citizens to defend democracy. Okay, all these are coming under the headline, Tinubu to Nigerians. I am aware of your frustrations. Then, but on top of that headline, we'll have other stories. We can't watch drug abuse destroy Nigeria's future. This is coming from Buhari. Which of the Buharis, the former president? We can't, what is the date of this newspaper? Monday, January 1st. We can't watch drug abuse destroy Nigeria's future. And this is from Buhari. Okay, special investigator did not give us rights to respond. Rights to response, CBN board members. Speaker, loyal to Fubara, resigns from Rivers Assembly. I think that case, their problem is getting messier. War on Gaza, Israeli protesters demand Netanyahu's resignation. Wow. What's going on? Okay. Dust over imposition of VAT on travel agent service charges. And 6 killed, 20 injured in Niger route crashes. Okay, Sterling Bank unveils Africa's first solar power headquarters. All these are many more. The stories making the round from the Daily Trust News. But gentlemen, let's start talking from the beginning. It is New Year, Comrade Uzo, and then tackle economic hardship. Nigerian state federal government. How else do you think they can do this? Somebody was asking, what is the template of this government? Where are you headed? Where are your economic themes? What are we looking forward to? What plans do you have on ground for this nation? It's a new year.
Well, it's a very, very pathetic that in a very good mood. The first month of the year 2024, we are hearing rhetorics, okay, from Nigeria, that is federal government, led by President Tinubu, at this particular time around. Instead of us to be talking about the reality on the ground, we're talking about rhetorics. You see, I'm aware of your hardship. I will work, okay, to make sure that every Nigeria enjoy 2020 in this 2024. You see, I want to ask Mr. President, you're aware, maybe what you say is true, is aware, because after all, when he was going to Lagos, okay, during this December time, in this last year, people are saying, Emi Awao, okay, we dey hungry. So he was seeing it. This is before him. People are saying it in Lagos, whereas he was passing by. Okay, so now he's aware, okay, of their hunger. Is it because these people, when we're saying it during the electioneering, okay, that the politician has weaponized hunger, so that the Nigerians will have no other choice, okay, especially the youth who are vulnerable, that are going to now elect somebody that's going to put them in more hardship. Is it? Maybe the president is aware that Chetima is renovating his own office with 15 billion. The president is aware that chief of staff, okay, Bajamila, is devoting his own personal residence with 10.1 billion. Okay, he's aware, okay, that the central bank they have opened up to 583 different foreign bank accounts. He is aware, okay, that in the market a bag of rice is 70,000 naira. He is aware that a liter of fuel is 780 naira. He is aware that the electricity tariff, okay, has gone from the normal rate to the place that even a common man cannot even offer to recharge his home meter. He is aware that the students that he talk about that have been in the school, he said they're going to give them student loan. They're not getting the loan. He is aware that all the children that is in the out of school children are 20 million. So he continue to be aware, and not that he have done something. So what are we trying to say? This 2024, okay, is something that is very, very pity. That somebody died in land of pity and no one to pity the pity. Because we continue to say this in every time. Look at what I'm trying to say. In a country that cannot produce common toothpaste for more than 23 years, toothpaste, you say a balance of trade. The economic hardship, what I'm talking about, there's no balance of trade. How can you have economic stability? Okay, where the rate, what we do is to import goods. Even common toothpaste, we imported it. Even matches, we import it in Nigeria. Okay, rice, we import it. Okay, we cannot produce what we eat and eat what we produce. Rather, even the fuel that the crude oil that is in Nigeria, we export it to the other countries, refine it there, bring it back to Nigeria. He is aware that particular refinery that they said they're going to start production in December is still going to be in January. They continue to procrastinate. He is aware that even if that in Nigeria, the terrorists, okay, has already ransacked a village in Plateau State, and even threatening more that they are going to come and do more, that the village heads should be aware that they are coming back, and he's aware that our security people, this thing have already resolved 82 army officers have promoted to general. He's aware of these things, and the security I think Nigeria has failed. So let him continue to be aware, but not into reality. Where are we going? Are we continue to be in this particular sinful act for the grace to be abundant? God forbid. What we're trying to tell the president is that let them stop telling us all what they want to do, all this and that. We want them to start hitting the ground. He said that from day one, I hit the ground running. And that day one is when first strategy is gone. That is where I put myself and you. Day one, hit it running. Day two, continue to run. Day three, you continue even speeding up. Okay, maybe you run up to 120 kilometers per hour. You see, all this the president are telling us is not what we wanted to hear, because there's no template. A person that contested the election did not bring any manifesto. So Nigeria cannot hold accountable, because during that electoral, President Tinubu did not tell you, this is my manifesto, this is my template. And Nigeria, typically, although we know that we have 3 organs of corruption in Nigeria, okay? We talk about corruption of the judiciary, corruption of the INEC, and corruption of the legislators, okay? Because legislators are trying not to even amend the constitution the way that is going to favor them. So they continue to win. The judiciary, when you go there, that's why Dino Melaye say, I lost election in Kogi, I will not go to court because I don't have any hope in court. Judiciary is not hope of common man again. You see, then you come to issue of INEC. INEC say that they are independent electoral commission. Okay, they are not for any political party. And we have 18 registered political party in Nigeria in INEC website. But in Nigerian mindset, we have 19 political parties, because INEC is also a political party. And that's why when they go to election, they are going to now, know what they are going to do to change the will of people. And the worst part of corruption is institutional corruption, to change the will of people, okay, and their mandate. And that's what this government has done. That's why we are into this hardship. So we pray that it is myself and you, we stand up to tackle this thing headlong.
Okay, thank you very much. Celebrations as a world welcomes 2024. Is there any hope for us, Sam?
Of course, I'm a Christian, I'm a Catholic, so there would always be hope for us as a people and as a nation. However, what we'll be talking about is the level of the hope that is before us. And I would want to look at this hope based on indices, based on indicators. And first of all, I celebrate with the entire world, the rest of the world, as we've entered New Year 2024, and join my voice to the United Nations, urging all countries to drop war for this 2024. last year, when we were reflecting, we were more like, could it be possible that in 2024 every community or every country can just drop their arms and then begin to ask who will be the first person to lift arm, and then the world will know the people who are fermenting trouble. And we want to get to that level really, because there is no sustainable development that comes in a state of anarchy. Rather, it causes catastrophe, and it destroys what had already been developed. Now, if we look at the indices before us, in as much as Nigerians we should be hopeful, the truth is we are afraid that the federal government seem to be disconnected from the realities of the Nigerian people. What do I mean by that? The president rightly had said that he's aware of the situations that we have faced in Nigeria. And let me also make us remember that just as many Nigerian youths had the plan to leave the country because they have lost hope in the country, 2024, many others are planning to even leave the country. Now the question is, these people leaving the country, who are they? They are the people that the Nigerian state had invested so much in. They have given them a lot of subsidies, education subsidy, to ensure that they are trained to a reasonable extent. And after training them, they leave you and then they are going out. So who is going to develop the country really? And that is why when the government in their policies, in their programs, they should look out for the interests of the masses more than they try to take care of themselves. The 2024 budget had been passed by the National Assembly. And I would make bold to say that unfortunately in that budget, you will see more allocation given to National Assembly members. You see allocation given to special areas more than what would benefit the common masses, more than what would benefit the masses, especially in the area of education, especially in the area of health. If you look at the allocation for the health sector, try to compare it with the allocation of the National Assembly, and then you see that the allocation given to National Assembly members is more, far more than allocation that an average ordinary Nigerian should benefit from. And then we begin to ask ourselves, even if we are hopeful, to what extent do we say that the realities on the ground shows a positive frontiers for us?
That was why I asked that question. Is there any hope, judging from what is on ground, that nobody is working to improve anything, improve our well-being or whatever? Is there any hope for us? Or do we just say Happy New Year, celebrate New Year, and then jump into a more problematic year?
Okay, so that, yeah, because so the thing is, as Nigerians, we must be confronted with the truth. And I like the wave at which an average Nigerian is becoming aware of what is happening in the society. Because we have always known over time that the political actors, when they sit, when they gather, when they discuss, their major aim is, what do I do or what do we do to make sure we continue to remain in office? So they are not even interested in what is the interest of the people and how can we solve it. When they begin to look at what the interest of the people is and how to solve it, I bet you the areas they are looking at is how they can get the votes and favor of the people to continue to remain in power. And out of the whole that they have, they would always give a little to just continue to buy the people. And it's unfortunate that this is happening. For crying out loud, we have political leaders who ordinarily should represent and serve the people and not going there for their own personal aggrandizement. But that is not what we have in the country. What we have in the country are people who go there for themselves and for just their family members. And they have intentionally done a lot of things to make sure they perpetuate themselves in office. So Nigerians in 2024, we must value the importance of information dissemination. Yes, why we rely on the media to continue to give us that wonderful information. We thank God for the social media too, which we have used to sustain that pressure, which we have used to sustain and call out representatives that are not really doing well. Because if we leave them, they would continue to perpetrate themselves in office just for their own advantage at the detriment of an average Nigerian. And in 2024, Nigerians have said that they are tired. And that was why in 2023 we came out thinking, if in a fair playing ground, allow us to make our choice. People that will resonate with their messages. The current president had his own message that he called Renewed Hope. The other candidates had their own messages. So it was ordinarily left for Nigerians to go and queue in line with whatever manifesto that they resonate with. But we saw something different. And we are saying that in 2024, as this National Assembly come together to try to even begin to talk about the electoral amendment, this time around we should have been wiser to note that we just don't take things hook, line, and sinker. They must break down the components of these electoral laws so that an average Nigerian would not need to go to the court for any interpretation. When we see that if you vote, you must use the BVAS, then it will be clearly stated that the BVAS is essential. When they say that the BVAS after voting should transmit to whatever source, let it be clearly stated out and not putting in words that are ambiguous, words that are subject to debate. It is not what will make a nation grow. And the truth is, if Nigeria continue to undermine the powers of the citizens, if Nigeria continues not to give adequate interest, health interest of the citizens, trying to take care of infrastructure, access to food, the food insecurity is high. If Nigeria decides not to look at the way of educational needs of the citizens, then the question is, to what extent are we going to grow as a nation?
Okay.
And once we fail to grow, we'll be left behind.
Okay. Thank you. Let's look at the remaining papers and see if there's anything we can get differently from them. The next paper will be the Nigerian Tribune. On Nigerian Tribune's front page, we'll have this story. We will implement national living wage this year. Tinubu, with some riders there, says his administration made for tough times. NLC demands implementation of signed agreements. Defend democracy in 2024. PDP tells Nigeria what we expect in 2024. ASU and NAS. That story we'll find in pages 5, 21, and 26 of the Nigerian Tribune. Other stories coming from here. Matawele service ships visit Plateau over killings. Another 5 killed in Plateau communities. Too bad. $11 billion Calabar, Lagos Coastal Rail, Ibadan, Abuja Rail delayed by funding. And I've never seen Enugu or Anambra, Imo, this rail that is, second in this region. Okay, let's see. Other stories coming from here, people that will shape this year. Okay, let's move over to Vanguard newspaper. NLC, NECA, LP, others fire NAS for raising 2024 budgets by 1.2 trillion naira. This is how we are going to shape and understand your problems, where we're just budgeting to consume. Okay, hardship, decisions I've taken in best interest of Nigeria, Tinubu. Hardship, decisions I've taken in best interest of Nigeria. This is coming from Tinubu. We may need to pick Vanguard and find out what those decisions are. The story will be in page 32. Okay. What else do we have coming from here? Nothing until we get to Daily Sun. That is that last paper this morning. Okay, and the banner headline, they say men, women to watch in 2024. Untold story of Nigerians who will shape economy, politics, and judiciary. Okay, let's see them because this is the second time we're seeing them. Okay, they are Tinubu, Aribo, I don't know how to pronounce this guy's name. Alari Wula, okay. Kekere Ekun, Elumelu, Dangote, Kadosa, Otedola, Ovia, Abdul Samad, and then Kiari. These are the men. Daily Sun said that men, women to watch in 2024. Okay, other stories coming from the Sun newspaper. 2024, Tinubu promises Nigerians equal opportunity. Okay, we've seen that story. Our expectations in New Year by ASU, we've also seen that. Atiku, Peter Obi, Bishop, Badajo, Saraki, PDP, others set agenda for Nigerians. Refinery rehab, don't expect immediate PMS price crash. Experts tell Nigerians. Okay, when are we going to expect anything good? Is it always hardship and hardship and hardship? No message of hope coming from any angle. Okay, Lagos disassociates itself from demolition of poor building in Computer Village. Do we still have any? Okay, Plateau killings. Clark Rice Tinubu demands probe of alleged army involvement. All these are the stories making the round from the Daily Sun newspaper. Gentlemen, is there any more thing to talk about? Because it does appear they're all saying the same thing. Uzo Ikemeze.
Well, very good. You can see that the person who does not even have hope of fixing Nigeria cannot promise Nigeria any hope. Because I said that the president has no agenda, he has no manifesto, so you cannot hold him accountable for what's happening in Nigeria. You see, Nigeria promises Nigeria equal opportunity. Equal opportunity in the sense that my salary will be equal to his own, okay, so that you can have equal opportunity. Or how we travel from one place to another, just taking about 400 and something delegates, okay, to travel to Dubai. I will have equal opportunity to go into such particular thing. A woman that is selling believe at a corner, okay, is in hardship. And the legislators, the National Assembly, are saying they are going to pay them hardship allowance and super allowance. I want to ask Akpabio that you that are in that particular place and the woman that's selling believe at a corner who is under hardship, okay, that you are going to take allowance, and you said that you have an hardship allowance, wardrobe allowance, newspaper allowance, everything allowance. You see, so he is saying what he cannot do because he is promising hope. There is no hope for hopeless, because it's when you now know that you can have a platform to fix this country in order, then you can now promise people hope. Those who say that are going to watch, are we going to watch them as a football players in a football field and become spectators to watch them? These people that are going to disappointment, because I didn't say anything. I don't know who is also a chief justice of Nigeria. What is the standard that the judiciary has set so that it can be a last hope of common man? Rather, it is a last hope of the rich man. Because when you go there, okay, they get it in that place, giving orders anyhow. Now, I want to ask Aluwole, Kano State now is in Taibong, waiting for the Supreme Court pronouncement of that particular governorship election in Kano State. Even what Konkoso has gone to prayer that please let this Supreme Court do something that's going to favor them. Okay, why can't you give the judgment expeditiously as it has been? All of people has been making into the limelight. Election has conducted and the winner has been emerged. Why are they trying to delay the justice that is before the people? And I think I'm going to watch Aluwole as the Chief Justice of Nigeria, watch the President, watch Dangote, who has made cement to be 5,800, Dangote 5,800. Why in Ghana you sell it 3,000 something? Then you sell higher in Nigeria. You are Nigerian, and the other country are buying cement less than what you are buying in Nigeria. I'm going to watch it in 2024. Which kind of watch am I watching? Watching them for me to be going into hardship to hardship. And you are saying that the LAC are trying to say that they should implement the agreement. LAC has become a toothless bulldog, because every time you go to strike, warning strike, we cannot even have hope on you, because how can you implement what you have not even agreed? Every time you say you and government will now enter into agreement, at the end of the day, that particular meeting will come into a deadlock. Meeting without meeting the meat is not a meeting. So that's why we don't have hope on them again, because LAC has already failed us. Tinubu said that he's going to start implementing living wage. Out of 10 top countries in Africa that are paying minimum wage, Seychelles is $482. That is what they pay minimum wage. Times it by 750 naira. You know what it is in Nigeria? Minimum wage in Seychelles. Okay, that's not up to Nigeria, and they are highest number 1. Nigeria is not up to number 10. Okay, you talk about living wage, not even a minimum wage. The minimum wage, you cannot pay it. Federal government, you do not even pay the federal worker salary at December. Tinubu is aware of that, and tell them they are going to implement living wage. What kind of living wage are you? They give you 30,000 naira as a minimum wage, which even other states have not even start implementing. Not every state implement that 30,000. Now, a bag of rice is 50,000. Can he buy anything for you? So you can go and buy rice, give the person 30,000 naira, and see owing him 40,000, because it's 70,000 naira a bag of rice. Is it a living wage? Okay, we cannot live. After all,
even buy a half bag of rice.
I'm telling them, I said they should watch them. Secretary said that unexamined life, worth not living. So all of you that say we should watch you say unexamined life, worth not living, because telling us a living wage whereby you cannot even use the one that they give you to buy something in the market. So watching who are we going to watch? Men of what? Is it men of adult? Men of candor? Are we going to watch 2024? Watching us into hardship why we cannot even produce common toothpaste and the balance of trade, okay, which is determine the country GDP. You see, you talk about our external debt has risen, okay, to $78 trillion. I mean, trillion naira, and now they have already increased 2024 budget to 1.2 trillion. Is budget pardon and they added, and that is their responsibility. National Assembly. After all, the Senate President says that please, all of you that are members of the National Assembly, you will see something in your pocket, in your purse. Okay, National Clerk will now give something in your, sending a message in your purse. They say, what do we say? You say, no, it's a prayer. What are you sending in their distance? You see, discussing yourself before the national community. So what I'm trying to say is that it's until that we Nigerians, you see, stand up and defend democracy. They say defending democracy is that when you say that election should be conducted, you have to now conduct it according to the terms and reference in the Electoral Act, and not INEC to tell us they are going to use electronic transmission of result. At the end of the day, they now come to manual, result to manual. Up till now, INEC has not finished uploading 2023 February this election, 25th of February 2023 election. All the presidential election has not been uploaded in INEC website. They still have about 7,000 elections to upload.
So how did they get the results? When
I'm telling you now. They tell us there's a technical glitches. Has INEC chairman Yakubu explained to Nigeria what that technical glitches up till now? After all, we normally have a national grid failure. Okay, I fought 3 times this last year. So election result is still being uploaded. I told you that in INEC website we have about 18 political parties, but in people inside, what we have 19 political parties, because INEC is a political party. That's why they cannot even upload results up till now. Up till now. And you're telling me that we are going to head to a promised land. Which hope do we have? Hope of hopeless. Cannot even give anything.
Okay, thank you very much. Just a word of admonition. Let's go, because we have over shorter time.
Okay, for me, I think 2024 should really be another opportunity given to our leaders to make amends. However, I know that when we look at the budget, 2024 budget, which keenly I urge Nigerians, just as we were interested in the 2023 general elections and its processes, we also need to become more aware and get more involved in the implementation, starting from when the government, the National Assembly have already passed it, so there's nothing we can do there. Okay. But as the governor, as the president assents to it, I'm urging every Nigerian, let us take the energy we use in 2023 general election to critique the implementation of 2024 budget, and from there we'll get more clarity on how they have been running Nigeria, because it is obvious that the revenue, the expenses that they run, we don't even understand how they do them. Okay. But as Nigerians, if we understand, we'll be able to checkmate them.
All right. Thank you very much. Samuel Ololo, a public affairs analyst. Thank you, and Happy New Year again.
Thank you for having me, IJ, and then thank you, Anambra.
Okay, and then Comrade Uzo Ekem is also a public affairs analyst. Thank you, and Happy New Year again.
Thank you, IJ, for having me. Happy New Year. Anambra, Bikonu, Milijula, Mazin Kony,
Odimadalo. Thank you very much. That has been it this for the video this morning. My name is Ijoma Uche. We'll have other programs lined up for your viewing pleasure this morning. Do join us, please.